Top of the afternoon. YouTube, what's going on? YouTube family, man. We here with another one, another live episode. Try to wait for some people to get in the building. You know what I mean? What's good though, man? Where the people at? 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Where the people at? Who's online? Haven't been live in a little minute, but in this live though, basically talking about, I got a lot of stories, a lot of things I've been through, on Rikers Island. You know what I'm saying? Going through that system, going through that process. Everybody always asking about slot time. What is slot time? How does slot time work? Who gets slot time and things like that. Slot time is basically a designated time that you get on the phone and call your peoples or whoever you're calling in the outside world while you locked up. Everybody don't get slot time. Slot time starts at, I believe, like 6 o'clock in the evening. So basically in the housing unit on Rikers Island is either 3 phones or 2 phones. There's a blood phone. If it's 3 phones, there's a blood phone, a Latin King phone, and a neutral phone, 550 phone, which is neutral. Obviously the Bloods control their phone. Obviously the Latin Kings control their phone. The neutral phone, nobody controls most of the time, unless it's like a neutral person that been there for the longest and they, just decide to take control over the phone. That's how it happens. Now, on the Blood phone and the Latin King phone, you ain't getting no slot time unless you down with them or, you're a part of their gang or they clique, whatever the case may be. Like I said, slot time starts at 6 o'clock in the evening, sometimes 5 in some jails, depending on where you at and who's running it, and how they running it. Some dudes be on dickhead time and asshole time, not letting niggas get on the phone and call their family and shit. For the Latin King phone, it's a little bit more laid back. The Latin Kings, they do their thing on Rikers Island, but they don't really be with the oppression shit and, trying to oppress people for their phone calls and not let people call their family and their loved ones. Unlike, the Bloods, that's what they do. So, that's how it goes for the neutral phone. Like I said, if it's somebody that's been there long enough that's neutral, they just take over the phone on their own type of time, and that's just how it is and how it goes. But they don't be on no BS, not letting people use the phone unless they an asshole. Now you do get those from time to time, but not all the time. Most of the time it's cool. You could use the phone and call your people and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't really, sometimes you might have to fight, depending on what housing area you in, depending on what building you in on Rikers Island. Because like I mentioned before, there's about 10 different jails on Rikers Island. That's why it's so big. And then they got other buildings and, medical buildings and stuff like that, CO buildings. But that's how the slot time thing goes, man. All buildings in jail have slot time. The longer way to return. Yeah, man. I've been falling back, handling other things, but yeah, I'm gonna try to get back on it, man, and engage more with my community and my supporters, keep pushing the message of get it together, forget it forever, because, that's the motto, and that's the saying that we follow, But yeah, so that's how the slot time shit goes and all of that. So every building got it. If you're not banging, you're not touching that blood phone after a certain time, or the Latin King phone. In certain houses, they might let you rock. I experienced slot time in the 6th building when I was an adolescent. I believe I was 17 years old, and they had two adolescent dorms in the 6th building. And like I mentioned before in other videos, the 6th building back then was different from the 4 building, the adolescent side. In the 4 building, they was 2 niggas running the crib, 4 niggas or 5 niggas on the team. That's who's running the shit in the house, or bullying people and taking people's shit and making people with the program, sending it in, taking everything, commissary, phone calls, clothes from the visit, sneakers, whatever the case may be. In the 6th building, the people that basically run and controls the house is the people that has the phones. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. You have the phone you might have the whole phone by yourself, or you might have half the phone with another tough wannabe, gangster. That's how it's ran in the 6th building back then when I was going through there, when I went through there. This is in 2007, early 2007, February, March months. So, when I first pulled up to the 6th building, obviously I didn't have no phone, I didn't have no slot time. But being that I was coming from the 4 building, I'm saying, I just got sentenced, so I'm leaving the 4 building, going to the 6 building. When I was in court, I sent a kite. You know what I'm saying? Because you see dudes from the 6 building, or from all the buildings, you see dudes in the court. You know what I'm saying? While you're waiting to be called to see the judge. So basically, I seen dudes from the 6 building. I wrote a little kite on a piece of paper with a pen, and I passed it along to the niggas in the 6 building, to whoever had the phones, to whatever house. It was only 2 houses, 5 main and 5 lower, so I was gonna end up in one of those houses. Mind you, my Code D, which is my cousin, he was already in the 6th building. You know what I'm saying? We both got sentenced for the same case, both got a year. So he already was in the 6th building, and he already had the phone in 5 main, I believe, or 5 lower. I forget which house I went to. But we wasn't in the same house. It was either 5 main I was in, and he was in 5 lower, or I was in 5 lower and he was in 5 main. I can't remember. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, I sent the kite. So, I wrote in the kite what it was going to be when I pulled up. I need a phone. I need half a phone. I need slot time. I need all that. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I was banging. So, people knew me and knew who I was already. You know what I'm saying? So, I remember the first night I pulled up to the 6th building, and I got into the house, because you don't get a house. You in intake for like 4 hours, 5 hours, sometimes all night, 24 hours till you get a bed. You got to get cleared through medical and all of that, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't get to the house till like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Everybody's in their bed, sleeping, you know what I'm saying? I came in, CO told me where my bed was. I went to my bed, was about to unpack my stuff. Some homie pulled up to me like, yo, you J.O., you banging? I'm like, yeah, what's up? He like, yo, the phone on the right is yours. You got half with such and such. I'm going to introduce you to him later. He's like, yo, Drama, your cousin, right? Y'all related, right? Yeah, y'all Code D's too, right? Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, he downstairs. He not in this crib, though. We see him at school and lunch and all of that, this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right, bet, say less. So that's how that went. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even had to put in no work. I ain't had to touch nobody, do nothing. As soon as I walked in, next morning, woke up for breakfast for child. Nigga came up to my bed. Yo, you this person, such and such. Yo, the phone on the right is yours. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. That's how it went down. You know what I mean? And from there, it was just like slot time. Like I said, 6 o'clock, the phones is dead. If you ain't got a slot time, then it's quiet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't calling your peoples. You know what I mean? But me personally, I used to let niggas rock out. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't really like that. I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. You feel me? So I let niggas rock out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how it was, man. It's a lot of time I didn't see dudes get smashed in the face with the phone for picking up the phone. You know what I'm saying? When it was slot time. You know what I mean? Whenever you walk into a house and you see the phone turned upside down on the receiver, that means don't touch the phone unless you gangster, unless you tough, unless you can fight, unless you ready, you know what I'm saying, to go, unless you ready to, you know what I'm saying, get it shaking. Rock out. What I mean by that is like, so like I said, if you just tuning in, certain people won't let dudes use the phone after slot time, which is like 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? 6:30, whatever spot you in, whatever jail you in on Rikers Island. And what I mean by rock out is like I would let the day room niggas, the niggas that was with it, that was getting extorted and robbed, I would let some of them, you know what I'm saying, rock out on the phone and use the phone to call their peoples, you know what I mean? Cause I ain't really like that, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is already down and out in jail. I mean, and to not be able to call your family and to speak to them and not, I'm saying, let them know how you're doing, if you're alive, if you're breathing, what's going on with your case, your next court. I'm saying that's not right. That's not cool. I'm saying, so I had a little soft spot in my heart. I'm saying, for the niggas that was with it, that was sending in their commissary to me. I'm saying, giving me their phone calls to me. I would still let them rock out and use the phone, man, because that, I'm saying, is not cool. I wouldn't want nobody trying to do that to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by rock out. I'm saying, it was a lot going on back then in Rikers Island, as it is still to this day. But, you know what I mean, in adolescence, it was crazy. You know what I mean? In the 6th building, I mean, I told this story before. The house that they put me in was a mixture of Bloods and Crips. You know what I'm saying? So you had one section of Crips and one section of Bloods. You know what I mean? Don't ask me why. That's just how it was back then. You know what I'm saying? I don't control none of that. COs control all of that. I mean, so that's how it was. The house that I was in was half Blood, half Crip. I was Blood at the time. We had a riot the morning I left. The morning I left, the Bloods had a riot with the Crips, like literally a full-blown riot in the dorm. This is a 60-man dorm, 1 CO, maybe 2 COs to the dorm, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was a full-blown riot. I don't remember exactly why or what happened, but all I know is I was jumping over sections, throwing chairs and stuff and garbages at people, you know what I'm saying? And I was going home that morning, you know what I mean? That happened at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was going home that same day. That was April 17, 2007. I was going home that same morning. I mean, they tried to put me in the mix, tried to say, oh, you ain't going home now, but they couldn't do nothing about it. I had to go home. But, yeah, man, that's how it was on Rikers Island, man. And it's still crazy to this day, man. That's why I say what I say, man. Get it together or forget it forever, man. You know what I'm saying? Jail was whack, period. I don't care what none of these other channels tell y'all, what they say. Yeah, it might seem like they glorify it, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Because you already in jail, right? And if you talking about it, about you being in there, you know what I'm saying, it's already depressing. So while you in there, you're going to try to have any type of fun, laughter, joke, you know what I'm saying, snapping, cutting ass on people as much as you can, so gonna make the days go by. It's not like prison up north where you got programs and jobs and, you know what I'm saying, anger management programs that eats up the whole morning, the whole day. You know what I'm saying? In Rikers Island, there's no programs really. It ain't none at all, matter of fact. You in the dorm all day. You in the dorm or you in the cell house all day. You know what I'm saying? You on the phone on and off, back of the TV sucks. It's regular channels. You know what I'm saying? That's all you doing. Niggas is politicking, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is trying to get drugs, trying to get weed to smoke. So regardless of what any other YouTube channel talk about, if it may seem like they glorifying it, trust me, they just speaking from, you know what I'm saying, the experience that they had to go through. Because when I speak about it, yeah, I'm real and you know what I'm saying, I'm sincere about this shit. This shit is whack. But let me tell y'all, when I was in there, I had a whole lot of fun. I ain't gonna lie. It is what it is. I had the bag. I had weed. So having weed on Rikers Island, smoking it every day, it makes your days go by super fast. You know what I'm saying? So that was the case, and that, you know what I'm saying, I had the weed. I had weed all the time. I was high everywhere. I used to make I was in a high classification house, so they used to call me out for visits and shit. High classification, you got to get escorted by COs everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I used to make fake passes, you know what I'm saying, get fake passes from the CO bubble, and I used to write my own information in it and roam the halls, you know what I'm saying, and go to the other side of the building, you know what I mean? All type of shit. Bust my moves, get my tobacco, get my weed, you know what I mean? Make moves, get food, commissary, you know what I'm saying? But you was only able to do stuff like that if your weight was up, you know what I'm saying? COs knew you, the COs respected your shit, you know what I'm saying? And I had family in there too. I had a cousin in there, you know what I'm saying, that's a CO. I ain't gonna mention his name, but, you know what I mean? My cousin worked in the 4th building, you know what I'm saying? So it was all good, it was all love, you know what I mean? But, like I say, at the end of the day, man, Rikers Island is nowhere to be. And it's definitely whack as hell in there. It's the same shit every day, every day, day in and day out. April 1999, yeah, it was even wilder back then. Seeing videos about being mutual, you said you can't get jumped day in and day out. How do you avoid that? Yeah, I mean, off the rip, once you let your nuts hang, that's what, the lingo that we used to use back then. Once you let your nuts hang and let your nuts drag on the floor, niggas is gonna leave you alone, man. If you getting it shaking in every house and you getting it popping, you popping it off, niggas is popping on you, but you fighting back, and eventually niggas is gonna respect your name, your handle. They gonna respect they gonna respect your shit. I'm saying they gonna leave you alone. Sometimes that take a little while though. You might have to get jumped 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I mean, for niggas to actually respect your shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, eventually they will respect your shit. If you got heart, yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? But there's no place to be, like I said, man. I don't glorify the shit. I hated it when I was there. The food is trash. All of that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, get it together or forget it forever. You know what I mean? It's not worth being on Rikers Island, man. Especially when it's hot. Oh man, you're gonna die in there. There ain't no ACs. The fans they got blow hot air, warm air. So it's like you dying in there, like literally melting in there. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit day in, day out, like I said. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's how the slot time shit go, man. I'm gonna be trying to drop more videos and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Khalif Browder situation was crazy. You know what I'm saying? My little brother is actually in that documentary. The dude with the glasses and the kufi on, little brown skin dude, that's my little brother. You know what I mean? Suta Taylor. That's my little brother, my real brother. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was there for the Khalif Browder situation and all of that. You know what I mean? He was there firsthand, got the experience and all of that. But yeah, you don't want to go to Rikers Island. Not only you got to watch out for the inmates that look like you got to watch out for the COs because they play dirty games too. You know what I mean? So they be putting hands and feet on niggas all day. Especially back then when there was no cameras really. I mean, niggas had broken jaws, broken eye sockets, broken arms, legs, bones, pelvics, all of that. All by the hands of COs. Close your eyes, man. So yeah, man, if you go avoid Rikers Island, man, avoid it. Stay home with your family. And just be free, man, because Rikers Island is no place to be, man. Like I said, man, you do the same shit day in and day out. It's literally whack as hell in there. Like, if you're not sleeping, you're in the day room. If you're not in the day room, you're on the phone. If you're not on the phone, you're in the day room. And back and forth, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, man. The culture on Rikers Island is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous on there. Like I said, you got to watch out for the COs and the inmates. You know what I mean? So, don't find yourself on Rikers Island where you're going to be fighting for a slot time or trying to use the phone or some crazy BS like that. You know what I mean? It ain't worth it if you really think about it. Some people can't think that far, you know what I mean? But should be right in front of you. It's plain and simple. Some people gotta learn the hard way and gotta actually go through that. You know what I mean? But I'm here telling y'all, man, there's no fun in there, man. It's not a walk in the park. It's not a barbecue, a picnic in the park. It's hell. It's torture. The searches. You know what I'm saying? The counts. The child runs. Everything is torture in there, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know who's making your child. So niggas could piss in the juice. You know what I'm saying? And do all type of funny stuff to your food. You know what I mean? That's not a place you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So, Gotta get it together or forget it forever, man. There's a lot of youth out here that's misguided. What's good? What's good? A lot of youth out here that's just throwing away their life, man, for the name of the glory of the streets. You know what I'm saying? We got to do better as a community. We got to do better as the older generation that came before them and made the mistakes that they making now. You know what I'm saying? I did over 15 and a half years in prison, man. Not straight, thank God, luckily. You know what I'm saying? The longest I did was 3 years straight from 07 to 010. But before that, I did 2 city bids and, you know what I'm saying, a juvenile bid. And like I said, man, it's not fun, it's not cool, man, when you're away from your family, when you're away from your loved ones. Mental health is real, man. You know what I'm saying? The last time I got arrested and I had to sit on Rikers Island for 3.5 months for a drug indictment on my block, I felt like killing myself, and I'm gonna be honest. For the simple fact of, yeah, I had everything while I was there. I had commissary, I had mad visits, packages, food, phone calls, money on my books and all that to call whoever. But the only thing you don't have, only 2 things you don't have is your family and your freedom. You know what I'm saying? And when them 2 things is missing, your mental health goes all the way down. I don't know about for everybody else, but for me, that's how it was. So every night I was, smoke, get high, and I would go in my cell, put my towel up, curtain up to block my door, and sometimes I would cry. I would anticipate looking at my laundry line, you know what I'm saying, because you got to make a laundry line out of your sheet. I would anticipate using that shit to hang myself, you know what I'm saying. I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying. I ain't got to tell nobody this, but I just feel like the youth need to hear it, because if a grown-ass man like me, and I'm a strong person, you know what I'm saying, but being in there is like at your lowest point in life, if you ask me, you know what I'm saying. You don't know what's the outcome of your case gonna be. You don't know anything. So it's like all type of suicidal thoughts go through your mind. If I would do this, all of this would end. If I did this, all of this would stop. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, for me, them thoughts came through heavy. You know what I'm saying? But I had to remain strong. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't let the devil fight me and take over me and, you know what I'm saying, out overpower me. So eventually, I had to shake them thoughts off, and I got 2 daughters to live for, you know what I'm saying? And I had to man up and just own up to this shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm about to come out the lot right now.
You coming out the lot, we're ready to get in the lot.
Well, I'm all the way towards the back, so it's Sykes.
Oh, alright, so,
What?
just get him up to the...
Alright, I'm out of here, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Stay tuned in, man, because I got some more shit for y'all. Be safe out there. Enjoy y'all day.